Welcome everyone. Now I'm going to presume that you have all watched my previous video, which was a solo legendary run of Amherst Apartments, because I did ask you guys if you want to see the 6-piece Nomad, just leave it down in the comments. Now I know a lot of people have been running this on the Tactician, but I tried to do something a little bit different. Now the 6-piece Nomad isn't exactly perfect. There's a few desirable roles that I'd rather have, but this is the division and it's hard to get, god roll gear. But yeah, here it is. This is my 6-piece Nomad skill build. So as you can see, I spec everything into electronics. Jumping straight into the weapons, as my primary I have the MDR. Now I have competent and talented. Competent gives me the increased damage when I pop a skill, and talented gives me increased skill when I kill somebody. And my secondary, I use the Lover. Now you might be able to see it's a 228, and you might be wondering why it's a 228. Well, I'll give you a little tip. With a skill build, if you craft a lower gear score weapon, you get to unlock the talents like what I've got on my gun: Ferocious and Adept, Determined. That's if you don't hit the requirements already. Now, like I said, the build isn't perfect. I'd like to swap Adept out for maybe Talented as well. Now, the main reason I have a lower gear scored weapon is because I won't be using this weapon to shoot. I don't really do much damage. It's just for when I throw my Seekers and my Sticky Bomb, I can get them procs, which I wouldn't be able to get on a 256 weapon. Now moving over to the chest piece, I have it on electronics. I've got enemy armor damage and skill haste, and as I said earlier, this build isn't perfect and I'm still looking for a Nomad vest with health on it, but for now it does the job, as I've shown in the legendary mission. And for the 2 performance mods, I use full electronics skill haste mods. The mask, I have it rolled onto electronics with skill power, but then obviously I'd rather have damage to elites instead of the blind death resistance. And then the mod is the same again, a full electronic skill haste mod. Now the knee pads, these just got everything I want on them. They've got full electronics, skill power and damage to elites. Then the mod I'm using again is a skill haste electronics and also Seeker damage performance mod. Moving over to the backpack, we have this on electronics with skill power, and then I've chose burn resistance instead of ammo capacity, as I don't really shoot my gun very often. Then the mods, I have a skill haste electronics mod and then 2 Seeker damage mods. Over to the gloves. Now this is a piece I will be re-rolling in the future. I've got them on electronics with crit chance, skill haste and crit damage. Now I will be rolling the crit chance to enemy armor damage, since it is solely a PvE build. Then finally over to my holster, which is my best piece. This is rolled onto skill haste with a Seeker damage performance mod. Now if we just jump over to the stat sheets, you can see I've got the max 40% skill haste that can be obtained on this build, and this just really helps me get my skills back a lot quicker and stay in the fight. The abilities that I ran within the legendary mission was the Sticky Bomb and also the Seeker Mines, but I run the Seeker performance mods. Feel free to swap them for Sticky Bomb damage mods and see if that works better for you. So the talents that I run was Shrapnel, and this is good because when you apply the bleed, it can apply the bleed on other NPCs, which chips away at the health. Death by proxy. Now this is great for when I was taking down the hunter's support station, gives me the extra skill power. Demolition expert. You kill the hostile with the explosion and your explosion damage is increased. Now you might have noticed when I was sticky bombing the enemies, I was throwing a grenade afterwards, and that's the reason why. Then finally, chain reaction. Now this is great for both skills, the Seekers and the sticky bomb, because if you hit a group of NPCs, then it applies 20% more explosion damage from the blast. So that is my 6-piece Nomad skill build, and I will be using it in the future for a couple more legendary missions. And as I say, it's not perfect. There's a couple of rolls, mainly the health roll on the chest, which I need to improve on. But I'm going to go away and farm and see if I can get that god roll chest. But I just wanted to show you guys that if you have fun and get creative, you know, it doesn't always have to be a 6-piece tactician to run the harder missions. You know, you can think outside the box and, like me, use the skill build Nomad. So I hope that helps you, and if you do have any questions regarding the build or any suggestions, just please leave it down in the comments below. And that's me done. So until next time guys, take care and I'll see you later.